At 76 years old, André Rieu, the legendary king of waltz, is finally breaking his silence about a truth that no one saw coming, and what he reveals will leave you speechless. For decades, the world has seen André Rieu as the smiling maestro, the man who turned classical music into a global celebration of joy and elegance. But behind the glittering violins, the beautiful gowns, and the sold-out concerts, there's a story of pain, loss, and shocking secrets that the world never imagined. What really happened to André Rieu behind the cameras? Why did he suddenly disappear from the stage at the height of his fame? And what secret struggle has he been hiding from his millions of fans all this time? Today, we uncover the untold side of André Rieu's life, a story filled with heartbreak, betrayal, and emotional battles that could have ended his incredible career forever. You might think you know the man who made the world dance, but after watching this video, you'll see him in a completely different light. Before we dive deep into this emotional journey, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like, not just because it helps the channel grow, but because every like and every new subscriber tells YouTube that this kind of story deserves to be shared with more people around the world. Your support truly makes a difference and helps bring powerful stories like this one to light. And please, don't just watch, comment down below what shocked you the most as the story unfolds. Was it something from his past? A secret about his family? Or maybe a truth hidden in plain sight all these years? Your thoughts matter and make our community stronger. Stay with me until the very end, because the final revelation, the one André himself could barely speak about, will change everything you thought you knew about him. It's emotional, unexpected, and absolutely unforgettable. This isn't just another story about fame or success. It's about what it truly costs to keep smiling when your heart is breaking inside. So get ready, because what you're about to hear will leave you stunned, and trust me, you won't want to miss a single second. 1. A dream born in Maastricht, the early life of André Rieu. André Léon-Marie Nicolas Rieu was born on October 1st, 1949, in Maastricht, a picturesque city in the Netherlands, known for its historic charm and deep cultural roots. From the very beginning, music surrounded him like air. It was part of his identity, something he breathed in from the moment he opened his eyes. His father, André Rieu Sr., was a respected conductor who led the Limburg Symphony Orchestra, a man of immense talent, but also of strict discipline. Growing up under such a powerful musical figure wasn't always easy for young André. He admired his father deeply, but also felt the weight of living in his shadow. Their home was filled with classical sounds. Mozart, Beethoven, and Strauss echoed through the walls, yet it often lacked warmth and emotional connection. André's father believed that music was a matter of perfection, precision, and obedience, while André, even as a child, believed it was something that came from the heart. This difference in philosophy would quietly define his entire life. André began learning the violin at the age of 5, and although his natural talent was undeniable, the pressure was enormous. He often spoke about feeling lonely in his early years, describing himself as a dreamer who used music as an escape. While other children played outside, André spent hours practicing scales, imagining grand concert halls where people smiled and danced to his tunes. Those dreams became his safe place, a space where he could feel joy and freedom that real life sometimes denied him. He attended the Conservatoire Royal in Liège and later the Conservatoire in Maastricht, where his passion for the violin grew even stronger. Unlike his classmates, who wanted to impress teachers with technical skill, André wanted to move people emotionally. He once said that he knew music could change the way people feel, even heal broken hearts, and that belief became the foundation of his artistic vision. However, his early journey wasn't without emotional challenges. The lack of affection at home left him yearning for connection, and that emotional emptiness often found its way into his music. Despite this, André remained determined to build a world where classical music wasn't distant or cold, but full of life, laughter, and emotion. His upbringing, though strict and sometimes painful, gave him the discipline that would later fuel his success, while the quiet longing of his childhood gave depth to his art. In every melody he played, there was a reflection of the little boy from Maastricht who dreamed of turning sadness into beauty and loneliness into music that would one day make the entire world dance. 2. The making of a maestro passion, rebellion, and rise to fame. As André Rieu grew older, his passion for music became something far deeper than a family expectation. It became his purpose. While studying at the Conservatoire Royal in Liège and later at the Conservatoire Maastricht, André began to question the rigid and elitist way classical music was presented. He noticed that concerts often felt distant, formal, and even intimidating, something only for the upper class. To him, music was supposed to bring joy, not separation. He believed that if people could experience classical music the way he felt it, full of life, emotion, and connection, they would fall in love with it too. This belief marked the beginning of his quiet rebellion against the classical world that raised him. After completing his studies, André joined various orchestras as a violinist, but the structured, emotionless performances left him feeling empty. He wanted more than to simply play notes on a page. He wanted to make people feel something. In the mid-1970s, he took a bold step and formed his own small group called the Maastricht Salon Orchestra. It was here that André began experimenting with the idea that would change his life forever, combining the elegance of classical music with the joy of entertainment. He encouraged his musicians to smile, to interact with the audience, and to bring warmth to their performances. What seemed strange and even unprofessional to traditionalists at first quickly started to attract attention. Audiences loved the energy, the laughter, and the way André made them feel part of the show. It was during this time that he discovered his deep connection to the waltz, particularly the works of Johann Strauss II. The waltz, with its rhythm of grace and joy, reflected exactly what André wanted music to be: emotional, uplifting, and universal. In 1987, he founded the Johann Strauss Orchestra, starting with just 12 members. His dream was simple yet revolutionary: to bring the waltz back to life and make classical music accessible to everyone, regardless of age or background. In the early years, he faced countless challenges. Critics dismissed his style as too commercial, and major concert halls turned him away, saying his idea of merging showmanship with classical music would never work. But André refused to give up. He believed that music without emotion was lifeless, and he was determined to prove the world wrong. Slowly, his concerts began to gain traction. His charisma, humor, and infectious energy drew massive audiences, and by the mid-1990s, André Rieu had become an international sensation. His 1994 album Strauss & Co. catapulted him to fame, selling millions of copies and making the waltz fashionable again. Soon, his concerts were filling arenas that had never before hosted orchestral performances. His colorful stage designs, breathtaking gowns, and signature golden violin became symbols of a new kind of classical experience, one that felt like a celebration rather than a lesson. André's rise to fame wasn't just about music. It was about courage, creativity, and staying true to a dream that everyone else said was impossible. Through passion and perseverance, he transformed not only his own life, but also the way the world sees classical music. What began as an act of rebellion became a revolution that made André Rieu not just a musician, but a maestro loved by millions around the world. 3. Love, loyalty, and secrets: the woman behind his success. Behind the grandeur of André Rieu's breathtaking concerts and the constant charm of his smile lies a love story that few truly know, one built on loyalty, partnership, and quiet strength. The woman behind his success, Marjorie Rieu, has been his unwavering support since the early days when André's dream of bringing classical music to everyone seemed almost impossible. The two met in the early 1970s when André was still a young musician searching for direction, and Marjorie was a language teacher with a sharp mind and a calm, grounded personality. Their connection was instant, built not on fame or luxury, but on shared values and deep respect. They married in 1975, and from that day forward, Marjorie became much more than just his wife. She became his partner in every sense. While André shone under the spotlight, Marjorie preferred to remain in the shadows, working tirelessly behind scenes. She handled the business side of his growing career, managing schedules, finances, and the countless logistical challenges that came with touring the world. André often says that without her, there would be no Johann Strauss Orchestra, no international tours, and perhaps no King of Waltz at all. What made their relationship so unique was their understanding of each other's roles. Marjorie gave André the freedom to dream, to create, and to pour his soul into music, while she built the solid foundation that allowed those dreams to flourish. But their love wasn't without its trials. André spent most of the year traveling, performing in different countries, sometimes for months at a time. He has admitted in interviews that being away from home and missing family moments was one of his greatest regrets. The couple raised two sons, Mark and Pierre, in Maastricht, ensuring they had as normal a life as possible despite their father's fame. Marjorie protected their privacy fiercely, keeping them away from the media spotlight. André has often described her as his anchor, the person who keeps him balanced when fame threatens to pull him too high or when exhaustion drags him too low. He once revealed that during the hardest periods of his life, especially when he faced burnout and financial problems, it was Marjorie's strength that kept everything from falling apart. Behind every performance, every note, and every smile, she was there, the quiet force that helped him keep his world together. Interestingly, Marjorie has never been seen at his concerts. She doesn't attend shows and prefers to stay home, running the business operations for Maastricht. André explained that this distance keeps their relationship strong. He lives his dream on stage, and she protects it from the chaos that fame can bring. Their marriage, lasting nearly 5 decades, is a rare example in the world of entertainment, one built not on glamour, but on mutual trust, loyalty, and love that has withstood fame, distance, and time. Even when rumors and speculations occasionally surfaced about their private life, André always responded with the same quiet pride. Marjorie is my everything. Today, as he continues to travel the world at 76, André often says that his greatest treasure is not his golden violin or his success, but the simple life he shares with Marjorie, a life filled with love, understanding, and the kind of partnership that can only be built through years of loyalty, sacrifice, and unshakable devotion. For behind the curtain struggles, breakdown, and hidden pain, behind the charm, the elegance, and the captivating smile that André Rieu always presents on stage, there's a side of his story that many fans never knew, a story marked by exhaustion, fear, and moments when even the world's most joyful violinist felt completely broken inside. At the height of his fame, when his concerts were selling out stadiums across continents and millions of people were dancing to his waltzes, André was silently fighting one of the hardest battles of his life. Around 2010, after years of non-stop touring, recording, and managing a growing global empire, his body and mind simply gave up. He began suffering from intense vertigo and dizziness that doctors couldn't immediately explain. He described the experience as if the world was spinning uncontrollably, making it impossible for him to stand, let alone perform. For someone whose entire life revolved around music and connection with the audience, this sudden collapse was devastating. He was forced to cancel dozens of concerts, disappointing thousands of fans and losing enormous sums of money. But more than the financial loss, it was the emotional impact that hit hardest. André later revealed in interviews that the cause of his condition wasn't purely physical, it was stress, exhaustion, and emotional overload. For decades, he had given everything to his career, sacrificing rest, health, and sometimes even family time. He said that he'd been running so fast for so long that he forgot to take care of himself, and his body finally sent a brutal message: stop. The period that followed was one of deep reflection and pain. For months, André couldn't play, travel, or even plan the future. He feared that his career, the thing he had built with love and dedication, might be over. Behind the scenes, he faced sleepless nights, anxiety, and moments of hopelessness. Yet, as he always did, André tried to find beauty even in his darkest moments. He surrounded himself with family, especially his wife Marjorie, who became his emotional lifeline. With her encouragement, he slowly began to recover, both physically and mentally. However, the struggles didn't end there. Earlier in his career, André had faced severe financial difficulties that nearly destroyed everything he worked for. His dream of bringing grandeur to classical music led him to make bold decisions, including building a life-size replica of Vienna's Schönbrunn Palace as a concert stage. The project cost millions, and when ticket sales temporarily slowed, he found himself on the edge of bankruptcy. Many people advised him to give up, but André refused. He poured his heart into rebuilding, performing tirelessly and reconnecting with the joy that had once inspired him. He later said that these dark periods taught him humility and gratitude, reminding him that success means nothing if it costs your peace of mind. Today, when he steps on stage, the audience sees a man full of grace and positivity, but few realize how many tears, fears, and sleepless nights it took for him to stand there again. His hidden pain became his strength, a reminder that even the brightest stars sometimes fade before they shine again. Through it all, André Rieu learned one of life's hardest lessons, that behind every smile, there can be a storm, and behind every beautiful melody, a story of struggle, survival, and hope. 5. Controversies, revelations, and emotional confessions. Though André Rieu is celebrated worldwide as the smiling, charismatic king of waltz, his life and career have not been without controversies, bold revelations, and deeply personal confessions that few have witnessed. Over the decades, André has occasionally challenged the traditional classical music world, sparking debates and raising eyebrows among purists who criticized him for commercializing a genre often associated with strict formality and intellectual elitism. In interviews, he has openly stated that classical music, in its conventional presentation, can be cold and inaccessible, claiming that music should make people feel, not just think. Such statements were controversial because they challenged decades of entrenched norms. Yet they also reflected André's unwavering commitment to his philosophy. Music is meant to touch the heart and bring people together, not create barriers. Beyond these professional debates, André has shared deeply emotional and personal confessions that reveal the human side behind the icon. In rare interviews, he has spoken about the loneliness that accompanied his fame. Despite performing to tens of thousands of fans at a time, he admitted to feeling isolated, especially during long tours that kept him away from his family for months. He confessed that there were nights when he would return to an empty hotel room and feel the weight of exhaustion and longing for home, realizing that his dream of bringing joy to millions often came at the cost of missing ordinary, yet precious, family moments. André has also revealed struggles with self-doubt, admitting that even after decades of success, he sometimes questioned whether he was truly making a difference or merely entertaining. These moments of vulnerability, shared rarely and cautiously, have humanized him to fans, showing that behind the grandeur and spectacle, there's a man who experiences fear, regret, and uncertainty just like anyone else. Another revelation that stirred conversation was his reflection on his relationship with his father, a respected conductor who was both a source of inspiration and pressure. André admitted that the death of his father left him with unresolved emotions and lingering guilt for moments he wished he had handled differently. He described it as a wound that never fully healed, which shaped his drive to succeed while also shaping his empathy and generosity toward others. Even in matters of personal life, André has occasionally surprised audiences by discussing the quiet sacrifices he and his wife Marjorie have made to maintain their private family life, highlighting the balance between global fame and personal fulfillment. These emotional confessions, paired with his professional boldness, paint a complex picture. André Rieu is not only a performer, but a man willing to challenge norms, reveal uncomfortable truths, and share the hidden struggles that come with a life devoted to art. They remind us that behind every celebrated figure are stories of vulnerability, courage, and humanity, often hidden from public view, yet essential to understanding the person behind the fame. Through controversies and revelations alike, André continues to captivate the world not just with his music, but with the honesty and depth of his life's journey. 6. The hidden pain finally revealed. What no one saw coming at T76. André Rieu, the maestro who has spent decades bringing joy and elegance to millions around the world, has finally opened up about a side of his life that few could have imagined, a hidden pain that has quietly accompanied his remarkable career and that only now has been revealed. For years, audiences have seen him smiling on stage, conducting the Johann Strauss Orchestra with energy, charm, and seemingly boundless joy. But behind that golden image lay struggles few could perceive. In recent interviews, André admitted that the constant pressure of performing, touring, and maintaining the perfection that fans and critics expected had taken a significant toll on both his body and soul. While his music has always conveyed happiness and celebration, he revealed that the personal cost of his career has been immense. He spoke candidly about the loneliness that fame brings, explaining that even surrounded by thousands of applauding fans, there were moments when he felt isolated, missing simple family connections, quiet dinners at home, and the unpressured comfort of daily life with his wife and children. André described the emotional exhaustion of decades of relentless travel, performing hundreds of concerts each year, and constantly striving to exceed expectations, a cycle that left him drained and at times questioning whether the sacrifices were worth it. Perhaps most startling, he confessed that even at the peak of his success, he experienced periods of deep sadness, moments where the weight of responsibility, personal loss, and the demands of his profession felt overwhelming. He admitted that he often hid these feelings, fearing that showing vulnerability could diminish the magic his fans associated with him. Yet, he explained, the pain was real and had been quietly shaping him for decades. Alongside these revelations, André also shared a previously undisclosed truth about his health. He admitted that the physical strain of performing for such long hours over so many years had caused him ongoing discomfort, including back issues and chronic fatigue. The maestro revealed that during certain tours, he had to push himself to the brink just to meet the expectations of his audience, and that some of his most memorable performances were carried out while he battled physical and emotional exhaustion. This revelation stunned many, as André had always been seen as tireless, almost ageless in his vitality on stage. But the most impactful part of his confession was the emotional dimension. He described a profound sense of guilt and sadness over the time lost with his family, especially during his children's formative years. Despite the love he feels for music and the joy it brings others, he admitted that at times, he questioned whether the personal sacrifices were worth the applause and adoration. What makes this revelation so unexpected is that André Rieu has built a career on joy, celebration, and the art of bringing happiness to others. Few could have imagined that behind the laughter, the dazzling costumes, and the sold-out stadiums, there existed a man who bore a quiet, persistent ache, a longing for balance, peace, and connection that his fame had often denied him. Today, he continues to perform, but with a newfound perspective. He values every moment with his loved ones more than ever and approaches each concert with a sense of gratitude that is deeper than ever before. This hidden pain, finally revealed, reminds the world that even those who seem to have it all are human, carrying unseen burdens and emotions that shape who they are. André Rieu's story is not only one of talent and achievement, but also of vulnerability, resilience, and the ultimate courage to share his truth, offering a lesson that even the brightest stars may have shadows, and that acknowledging those shadows can make their light shine even stronger. If you've been captivated by André Rieu's story, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It truly helps more people discover these hidden stories that touch the heart and reveal the human side of legends. Don't forget to comment below what shocked you the most, or what part of André's journey moved you. Your thoughts make this community richer and more connected. And make sure to watch until the very end of every video, because the final revelations often hold the most surprising and emotional truths, just like Andre's hidden pain, a reminder that there's always more beneath the surface.